Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be continuing to talk about the snow potential and widespread cold across the UK kind of in the coming week or so, and it does look like we could see potentially a fair bit of snow across different areas of the UK. And in this video we'll kind of just break down what areas are going to see what kind of weather at kind of what time, etc, etc. So we'll start off with a quick overview here, looking at the satellite image, and interestingly you can see our cold air. Let's get a nice blue colour. Our cold air is kind of moving south now. It's black, anyways, doesn't matter, but you can see those showers across the sea, and that's kind of showing where our cold air is, and that's kind of making its way south now, and by this evening parts of Scotland are going to be getting into that colder weather. If you look at the surface pressure chart, let's go to today actually, sorry. So you can see high pressure across parts of kind of North Atlantic, and there's our cold front moving south with the cold air behind it. And then you can see by Monday it's going to have cleared half of the UK, and by midnight on Tuesday that cold front has completely kind of cleared south of the southern England, and we've got this dashed red line here. That's our thickness line, and essentially the lower the number, the colder the air mass is. And you can see 528 is typically the line we associate with air which is cold enough for snow. And so by midday on Tuesday, the air should be cold enough for snow across all of the UK. If you look at the weather warnings, we'll start off with Sunday, that's today, and we've got the first warning across northeast Scotland, comes into force at 6 o'clock and lasts until midnight, and that's where we're going to see a spell of snow will develop over mainland Scotland in areas above 200 metres, so initially higher ground, and then the snow kind of further north will start to go down to lower levels, and by late evening we could see 2 to 5 centimetres in some spots. So this is our first area of let's just clear all of that, that's from our previous video, but so that's our first area that we're going to look out for snow this evening, so across northeast Scotland. Then on Monday we've got so another much larger warning now. That's all day on Monday, as you can see here, and that's across northern Scotland, parts of northeast England, and kind of further into northeast Scotland as well. And you can see if we look here, so a band of rain, sleet and snow moving south during Monday, and then frequent snow and hail showers behind, potentially 5 to 10 centimetres during the day across northern Scotland, and even 2 to 5 centimetres could fall at lower levels where we see more persistent areas of snow. And then by Monday night, showers continue with ice, and then we have another warning on Tuesday for snow and ice. That's for all day on Tuesday, and kind of the similar areas, so kind of parts of northwest Scotland here as well, kind of more of Scotland in general, and also reaching further south into parts of eastern England, Hull, Newcastle included there. And you can see this warning, so continued frequent snow and hail showers during Tuesday. Again, highest accumulations across high ground of northern Scotland, with kind of another 5 to 10 centimetres, so possibly some spots seeing 20 centimetres or so by Tuesday. And then more lower levels, accumulations kind of 2 to 5 centimetres at lower levels, and then icy stretches as well, especially during the night. And then no warnings for Wednesday yet, though I expect we'll start to see some warnings there. If we start going through the high resolution models here, this is a Met Office UKV model, and as you can see, kind of a few showers around this afternoon, nothing too exceptional. But then notice that during the evening we kind of get this small area of precipitation form, and interestingly we get a few kind of turns to purple pink colours, which means this model is actually showing a transition to snow across parts of northeast Scotland during the evening. As you can see there, should clear about midnight. And if we take a look at some of the other model runs, let's go to Scotland. There we go. This is the icon model. You can see we get a similar thing actually showing across high ground, potentially some snow there. If I go to the latest run, you can see again potentially we could see some snow. Fairly good confidence on this of kind of 2 to 3 centimetres across this kind of corner of northeast Scotland. If you look at another model, This model is showing even more widespread snow, it seems, actually. 2 to 3 centimetres quite widely across northeast Scotland. Let's look at the old run as well for better confidence. Same thing there, especially over high ground, but potentially to lower levels as well. And there, potentially even as much as 5 centimetres over higher ground. And then, obviously, it's not great to look at the kind of global models, but just to see similar sort of things showing. So basically, we do have a fairly good idea that the first risk area is going to be kind of across here, this area of northeast Scotland kind of tonight. So that's area number 1, and kind of 1 to 5 centimetres, sorry, that should be a kind of dash, 1 to 5 centimetres in this area. That's our first place to look out for. So that's area number 1 for snow potential. Let's zoom out a bit more. So that's on tonight, basically. So that's the first time we're going to see snow. So that's Monday. And then, of course, we have those showers pouring in. Let's not use GFS, actually. We have those showers pouring in behind the low. And actually, this model, interestingly, is showing quite an interesting setup. We have our low. Let's get black pen because it's a bit easier to see. We have our low kind of just to the east UK. We've got a strong northeasterly and easterly flow. And then notice how kind of vigorous and intense these showers are across northern Scotland. Properly organised and heavy snow showers. And then interestingly, it looks like it's kind of generating a small area of lift, which brings kind of a more significant area of snow down through parts of kind of Scotland. Oops, didn't mean to skip there. Let's go here. Down through kind of initially parts of Scotland, and then kind of parts of England and northeast England as well. That's potentially quite interesting, as that kind of feature is definitely, they always can be very hard to forecast, and it's particularly significant because potentially if that were to verify, by Tuesday morning we'd already be looking at kind of 10 or so centimetres of significant snow across parts of northern England and Scotland. So let's take a look at some other models to see if it's showing the same thing. Let's see, look at the icon. Try to avoid the kind of the low resolution models. So you can see, interestingly, the icon is not showing a similar thing. The low is a bit further east than the other model. So what ends up happening, we don't get that kind of area of lift passing through, and we mainly just get showers. There's still heavy showers, northern and eastern coast getting a lot of snow there. Let's take a look at the UKV. So let's move through. You can see that's not really showing the same thing as the other model, mainly just showing intense showers. And actually you can see they start on Monday and they're basically non-stop, especially across northern Scotland and eastern England. So that's going to be another big area to watch. And if I show you the forecast snow depths, you can see potentially 10 to 20 centimetres across northern Scotland, also Ireland, Northern Ireland and the northeast coast of England by Tuesday morning. So that's going to be area number 2. We'll use a nice blue colour there. Area number 2 is going to be something like this, which is significant snow from snow showers here. Area number 2 just in there, as you can see, and potentially 5 centimetres to as much as 20 centimetres in places. And then we did have that conditional risk on the arpegge model, but interestingly that was the only model to be showing this. I haven't seen any other models showing that. So that's kind of our areas on Monday and Tuesday. Continued very heavy snow showers across northern Scotland during Tuesday, as much as 30 centimetres across the north coast of Scotland, which is a lot of snow. And I've seen it all like kind of twice before in December and January of this winter, so a lot more snow to come there. And so those are the kind of the main risks for Monday and Tuesday. And we've got a bit of interest during Tuesday evening, and also not Tuesday evening, but just kind of during the day on Tuesday, because if I show you one model, this was the icon model. Look what happened. We had kind of this interesting area of precipitation here that drifted in this direction and ended up bringing a kind of decent covering of snow across southeast England on this particular run. The only thing is, if I show you the latest run, it's gone. That threat's kind of gone much less. So really, we've got quite a lot of uncertainty on Tuesday because it could snow. And if I show you the UKV model, it actually did show a spell of snow during Tuesday across Southern Ireland and Southern England, which kind of brought a dusting there. So that's potentially something to look out for. And if we look at the ensembles, because looking at ensembles, it gives us a better idea. You can see there's kind of an interesting thing there, potentially snow across more widely. But you can see we have a small signal for snow across the south during Tuesday, but it's not very strong. A couple suggesting something here, but not a lot of confidence on that. So we'll do kind of like a conditional risk zone, potentially something in here, but a very low chance. I'd say probably 20 to 30% chance of maybe a centimeter or so in kind of this area. So not kind of ignore that. That's kind of the snow threat done up until Tuesday. And then Wednesday and Thursday, things start to turn a bit more interesting. I'll start off by showing you this here. And you notice we have kind of a low to the south of the UK, cold air in from the north. And what happens is that precipitation bumps into the cold air and ends up giving a snow event. Not a great snow event, but it is a snow event nonetheless on Wednesday. And if I show you some more models, you can see, if I show you the arpeggio model, you can see a similar thing there across the south and southwest of England. I don't think the GFS had anything. Yeah, just the southwest. And then ECMWF, that was showing a bit of a snow event there. You can see that pushes in like that. But interestingly, let me show you something here. Actually, no, this is not what I meant to show. Sorry about that. So actually, let me just zoom out a bit and show you kind of the situation. So basically, on Wednesday and into Thursday, we have this kind of really elongated low pushing into, or trying to push into the southwest UK, and then we get that that kind of cold air on the northerly edge. Basically, where that boundary is, we could be looking at significant snowfall because precipitation in the cold air forms snow. But there's a lot of uncertainty is just where that snow is going to go. And if I show you the kind of, this is the Met Office high resolution ensemble, you can see interestingly this is the kind of like different ensemble chart. There's actually quite a few which suggest during Wednesday we get kind of a decent amount of snow. Let me just pick out the ones which are showing something. That's showing a very marginal amount. This would be a significant snow event. That's a significant snow event there. That's potentially something to look out for. Theirs is another significant snow event. And if I continue to move through, you can see we add on a few more there. I mean, just deleted my drawing, but there's more snow. There's significant snow. And this is all during Wednesday. There's another one. And so potentially we are seeing an increased chance of snow on the Wednesday and Thursday. And if I show you the GFS ensembles to kind of give you an idea, each of these kind of lines here, let me get this out, each of these lines is showing the different potential track of any low pressure. And you can see there's a decent amount of variability kind of in this zone, but ideally for a more significant snow event, we kind of want it to be moving, let's just clear this, we kind of want it to be moving sort of around this area like that, and then this kind of turns to cold across this cold air turns it to snow across the Midlands. And so that's kind of showing a relatively favourable track, but still there's uncertainty. But the interesting thing is, if I show you, compare it to the model run 6 hours ago, that was generally much further south. So there's been a shift further north in the last run to kind of this kind of area. So that's leading to me to believe Wednesday night into Thursday, there's an actually increased chance of snow. And if I show you the snow probability on Wednesday and Thursday, you can see on this run, the latest run, actually we've got this kind of, clear that, we have this area turning to pink and purple across the south. And that's showing that actually more than 50% of the ensemble members are turning, so having a snow event in this region during the south. And interestingly, this is kind of a similar thing, and then we'll end off the video. The European model ensembles, each of these different lines is showing a different possible position of the warm front or the front which will bring the snow. And interestingly, you can see we've got a fair few which actually do bring it just kind of the right position in southern England. And so we do look, I mean, to me at least, this might be a bit kind of aggressive, but from what I've seen, there is a decent chance now that southwest and southern England could see a snow event on Friday, sorry, not Friday, Wednesday night into Thursday. And if I show you the mean, this is the mean snowfall, let's clear this. This is the average snowfall for the 12-hour period on Friday. Let me get Thursday. You can see this is the average snowfall for the 12-hour period on Thursday, and the average, so not even kind of the most high-end solution, but the average is actually showing 2 to 4 centimeters in this kind of zone of southern England. So my interest has actually increased, and let me show you something quite interesting. T96. This is all the different possible solutions from the European model on at midnight on Thursday, and you can see we actually get a fair few. Look out for those purple and blue colours, which is a snow event. We do actually get a fair few bringing significant snow across the south. There's one there. There's one there, and you can see there's another one. Actually, over half are showing a significant snow event somewhere across southern England. So that leads me to believe that actually we do have another risk area. Possibly, I'll give it a nice yellow colour. Kind of this sort of zone here could actually see a fairly significant snow event. It's conditional, but it is there during Wednesday night into Thursday of potentially 1 to 5 centimeters at this stage. Low confidence, but kind of that's my current thinking. But basically, just stay up to date with the forecast. And let me just draw on a few more snow areas which could see snow. So this kind of region, likely to see some snow showers. This kind of region, likely to see some snow showers. And another conditional region is kind of this sort of corridor, potentially during Monday from some of the other models. But basically, this is a quick kind of the overall view of where's going to see snow. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was quite long, quite detailed, but the chances are really increasing. And come back tomorrow, there should be another video. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye.